Hello, my name is Kyla Griffin, the proud principal of Milor and Zupanic High Schools. Welcome to the virtual graduation ceremony for Milor and Zupanic High Schools graduating classes of 2020. Though this is not the graduation celebration that neither I nor the staff envisioned all year for many of you, given the current social distancing health guidelines, we want to provide all of our graduates the opportunity to be recognized and celebrated by loved ones. First, I'd like to thank all of you who have tuned in to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class of 2020. It goes without saying that this has been a trying and unprecedented time we will never forget. We are living in a time where many are struggling with adapting to this new normal, being not quite sure of what the future holds. While this is not the high school graduation format you dreamed of since kindergarten, what if I told you that your most challenging moments in life were actually your greatest opportunities to learn and grow as a person? Would you believe that these hard times, steeped in pain and adversity, hold the greatest potential to transform your life for the better, to bring you closer to your dreams and ambitions? Throughout life, we all face both positive and negative experiences in multiple and diverse ways. For the positive moments, we have no problem cherishing those positive moments that have directly brought us happiness or success. But what about the moments like now, when we're struggling? These moments of adversity can either catapult us to new heights or beat us down continuously. The outcome depends strictly on how we choose to interpret these moments and respond to them. Milor Mustangs and Zupanic Stars, this is not the end for you. The traditional festivities around how your high school career ends is not a predictor of your future life or the happiness in store. You did not make it this far to let this moment be the pinnacle of your life. Every challenge we successfully conquer serves to strengthen not only our will, but our confidence and therefore our ability to confront future obstacles. Simply put, it's how you overcome these adversities that can make all the difference in the quality of life you will have. Life's adversities, challenges, and sudden upheavals bring your true worth, value, and strength to the surface. I think back to the beginning of the school year, when I told you about our new Milor values of being motivated, intelligent, loving, organized, and respectful. You took those values and have showed your community, your family, the staff at Milor and Zupanic, and most importantly yourself, that under pressure, you can still reach a point of success. The incredible pressure faced during hardships and fiery trials causes the hidden treasures within us to emerge. Diamonds are a lump of coal forged under pressure and time. Like a diamond, your resilient nature makes you stable, pure, and strong, but this process doesn't happen overnight. Your strength and character is made stronger as you overcome each obstacle life puts in your way. I can only imagine the devastating impact the abrupt loss of senior activities and the best days of high school has had on you, your family, and our Rialto community as a whole. Class of 2020, I encourage you to shine bright like the diamonds you are. Instead of focusing on what has been lost, I encourage you all to focus on the positive memories you have had these past few years at Milor. Perhaps the first test or class you received all A's in, tutoring you received from one of your teachers, the field trips to local colleges with Mrs. Natoli, meeting Mr. LaShore or Mrs. Valenzuela to discuss your plan of how graduation was going to be your reality because success starts here at Milor and Zupanic. Graduation marks the start of the real world for you. The decisions you make from here will ultimately determine the life you and your future family will live. Now is the time to start applying all you have learned in your life and during your time while at Milor or Zupanic. I'm excited to see the greatness that comes from the class of 2020 and the positive impact you will have on our community and the world. As you go forth to make your mark on the world, going off to a 4-year school, starting at a local junior college, a trade school to begin learning a skilled profession, or joining the military, or beginning your professional life right away. Hold your head high, knowing you are equipped with the skills needed to conquer anything life may bring. Remember, Mustangs, always show your Milor pride at your school, your new place of work, and most importantly, in your community. Remember, Mustangs, take care of yourselves, take care of others, and take care of your new life. You were a model graduating class, so remember, Milor is number one. Make it a great day, Mustangs.
My name is George Falcon. I'd like to begin by greeting the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education Superintendent Dr. Avila, members of the District Innovation Team, teaching and classified staff of Milor High School, and most of all, my classmates in the graduating class of 2020. I'm one of the top scholars in the graduating class of 2020. I'd like to begin my speech by sharing that I came to realization that our lives are similar to a book. In that book, every stage in our lives represents a different chapter. This chapter of our lives may be ending, but we still have more chapters we have yet to finish. Not every chapter will be the same, and not every chapter will be easy. We are all different human beings with different experiences, but the one thing we have in common right now is that we overcame difficulties in the chapter of our lives we call high school. And look at where we are now. Recently, I watched the movie The Blind Side about former NFL player Michael Orr. Michael's story was similar to many of the stories we have our chapter. Michael Orr faced hardships like having an incarcerated parent, having a parent with addiction issues, being rotated through the foster care system, being frequently moved from house to house until his talent with football allowed him to play at a Christian school, where another student's family invited him to live with them for a more stable and consistent environment. It was in this home where Michael would excel academically with the additional support of tutoring and knowing that he was in an environment where he was truly cared for and appreciated. After watching the movie, I thought to myself, Milor and Zupanic High School are like the family that took Michael Orr in so he could flourish. Many of us came to Milor because we could not find success at our other high schools. This isn't because we didn't try, but rather due to hardships in our chapter. Once at Milor or Zupanic, we found people who were happy to have us, provided us stability, and appreciated us for being there in this stable and consistent environment. We flourished and found success. It's just like our school motto says, success starts here. I'm proud to have been a student at Milor High School, but this chapter is now over. I can only hope that in the future chapters of my life, I'm able to find the same support, stability, and appreciation I found here. We did it. Despite the odds, class of 2020, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Mia Para. I am one of Milor's top scholars. I'd like to welcome the Board of Education, Dr. Avila, and the innovation team staff of Milor Zupanic, and most importantly, the students and family members of the graduating class of 2020. Before I start, I would like to congratulate everyone here on graduating. Despite all the chaos in the world right now, we did it. Now, I'd like to start by sharing this quote from Mel Robbins. Anytime you hold yourself back, play small, or listen to fear, you don't see your worth. There will always be someone who can't see your worth. Don't let it be you. I chose this quote because for a long time, I was my biggest doubter. Although I knew I had the potential to succeed, I constantly second-guessed myself, which at times made me fall back on my progress. When I started my first year of high school, I went through a really big, rough patch, which affected my academics. My sophomore year, I decided for myself that I wasn't going to allow my self-doubt to affect my schoolwork any longer, and with that, I made the decision to enroll as a student at Zupanic High School's Independent Studies program. Although it wasn't easy, when I came to Zupanic, I found that the teachers and counselor, Miss Valenzuela, really cared about me, and halfway through my sophomore year, I ended up catching up on all the credits I did not obtain my freshman year. I showed myself that I could do anything as long as I believe in myself and put in the time and effort to focus on my schooling. After proving to myself that I could do it on my own, I decided my new goal was to graduate earlier than what was expected. It was hard work that got me there. I spent a lot of late nights working really hard and questioning just about everything. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I broke down a couple of times and really felt like giving up. But I didn't. I reminded myself of how important my goal was to me. My family members and my partner reminded me of all my potential and how strong I am. So I persevered and ended up graduating January 22nd, 2020, a year and 4 months earlier than my original graduation date. When doing this, I honestly just focused on getting my work done and completing my goal. I never anticipated that I'd be speaking in front of all of you. I then chose to apply to some of my dream colleges. This was a strenuous process because I had to do it on my own since no one in my family has gone to college before me. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this experience. If all of that wasn't stressful enough, I had to wait around just to hear back from the same colleges that I ended up getting denied to all 4 of the colleges that I applied to. Go figure, right? Who knew that life wasn't some easy-go-lucky movie where you get into the first or at least any of the colleges you'd like to the first time around? Obviously not me. I felt very defeated and like all my hard work was for nothing. After moping around for a week and feeling sorry for myself, my senses came to me and reminded me that this is life. This is how the real world works. You will fail a lot. Even when you feel like it's a for sure thing, you still might fail. But that is okay. Why? You just have to keep moving forward, so I told myself to try one more time. I applied to the University of Laverne and I got in. And if your family is anything like mine, this accomplishment meant that I would be getting a fancy dinner of my choosing, which I was honestly a little bit more excited about than getting in. But in all seriousness, even after accomplishing these goals and some extra, I still had a little bit of self-doubt in the back of my head about how and if I could succeed there. As people, we are our strongest critics. No matter how much we accomplish, no matter how hard we work, we all find some way to doubt ourselves. That needs to stop. You need to be your biggest supporter and your biggest motivator. Why? I'll tell you why. Because at times when you are alone, only you can choose whether to doubt yourself or motivate yourself, and that can be all the difference between getting all your work done and doing absolutely nothing. I know this might seem like a lecture, and in a way it kind of is, because we all have to be reminded of how important it is to believe in ourselves. No matter how old or young you are, no matter how successful or how many times you fail, it doesn't even matter where you come from. Never stop believing in yourself. To conclude, I'd like to read this quote, and as I read it, I'd like for you all to keep in mind that failure is okay. Sometimes, when you're in a dark place, you tend to think you have been buried. What if you have been planted? So the next time any of you fail, remember to try again until you succeed, because failure does not mean it is over. It means that growth is happening.
Good evening, Rialto Board of Education, Dr. Avila and Innovation Team, Milor staff and fellow classmates of 2020. My name is Mara Escalera. I was given the privilege to write a quick speech to address my classmates as your ASB president. Intentionally, I was really intimidated, and can I be honest, I still am scared. But I gained enough courage to stand before you. First, I want to thank everyone who encouraged the students in completing this school year. I'd also like to give a round of applause to the healthcare workers working day and night. I want to continue saying that I know this isn't the graduation and senior year we all wanted, but I know great things are coming. If I may, I want to share a quick story that I believe a lot of young people can relate to. When I was in middle school, I was told that if I didn't work hard in school, I'd end up at Milor High School. And at first I was very confused at why people would tell me those things about Milor. Some people even told me that's where the bad kids go to school. Like any middle school kid, I didn't really listen. Little did I know high school came faster than I thought, and I felt that it did. I didn't receive the help I needed. In class, I was too scared to ask questions in class because I felt that people would judge me and talk about me. So I just stayed quiet. By the time sophomore year came around, I was pulled out of class and sent to the cafeteria. And at first I was scared, thinking I had done something wrong. But I noticed more students came in. We sat there waiting and a man came in. He was very intimidating, with a sharp suit, nice shoes, and little did I know he was telling me about an opportunity that would change my life. That opportunity was Milor High School. The man told me his life story and how he struggled, but from those struggles came success. And that person was Mr. Luna, our previous principal. When I arrived at Milor, it was really small, but it was comfortable and it felt like home. I made some amazing friends, memories that I could never replace. And the craziest thing I remember is arriving to Milor with only 27 credits. Now I'm graduating. As a matter of fact, I graduated early. I know many amazing people who are going to come from this school. Thank you, Milor. Congratulations to my fellow classmates of 2020.
As members of the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education, it is with a great deal of pleasure that we accept the graduating class of 2020.
We do hereby certify that these students have met all of the course requirements as set forth by the Board of Education and the State of California. Congratulations to the class of 2020.